Good morning, friends. Today we are going to practice our reading lesson. We're going to start with our automatic reading chart. Okay, look up here, please. All right, I am going to set the timer for 1 minute. We are going to be practicing our beginning blend sounds. Let's practice together this first row. Remember, these are beginning blends. I'm going to see them at the beginning of a word. All right, ready? SC says TH. FL. Ooh, don't forget that L after the F. Ready? Ooh, good. You guys notice the voice line. Voice TH, unvoiced TH. Ready? And all right, ready? I'm setting the timer for a minute. We're going to start right here. We're going to see how many words we read in 1 minute. Ready? Go. Let's see if we can read a little bit faster. You can't see it, sorry. Ready? We're here. We're going to stop right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 24, 30, and we got to here. So we had 34. All right, I'm going to write 34. Okay, now we are going to practice our sound practice. Okay, on this one, we are changing letter sounds to make a new word, just like we've practiced before. Ready? Setting the timer. Let's go. Say the word fall. Fall. Instead of saying, say wall. Good. Say the word her. Her. Instead of saying, say her. Okay, let's do that one again. Say the word her. Her. Instead of saying her, instead of saying say fur. Fur. Good. Say the word goes. Goes. Instead of saying g, say Oh. Let's try that one again. Say goes. Goes. Instead of saying g, say So ready? G, O's. I'm changing it to O's. What's the word? Rose. Good. All right. Perfect. Let's try one more. All right. Say beak. Beak. Say beak instead of saying b. Say w. Week. Week. Good. So b, eek, changing b to eek. Week. Good. All right. Now we're going to practice our next chart. All right. We're going to start here. Let's read the words going across. This time I'm going to use my finger. I think I can move faster with my finger instead of my pointer. Ready? Here's the word. Good. Must. New. Now. Our. Please. All right. Ready? 1 minute. Ready? Go.
Good, must, new, now, our, please, new, now, our, must, please, good, now, our, please, new, good, must, our, good, must,
on this one. What does the O-W say?
Now.
Ow. And add the N in front of it.
Now.
Ow. What is this word?
Now.
Now. Okay, it looks close to new, but it's a bit of a different sound. Okay, so we got through the page twice, so 24, 30, 60, we had 61. That's awesome, guys, 61 words. Good job. All right, now we're going to practice our cards. Can you move the chart to the cards chart, please? Actually, wait, before we practice our cards, we're going to practice our handwriting. I'm sorry. Our handwriting. All right, so I'm going to turn this off. Emily, can you turn your light on? Okay. For our handwriting piece, we are going to practice our cursive letter J. Yesterday we talked about the cursive letter J. Letter J follows the swing up stroke approach. Letter J follows the swing up stroke approach. So today we are going to do our string up letters, and you are going to see the letter J. It is swing up, go all the way down, loop to the left, back, and dot. Okay? So please get out your pencil. And we are going to start at our first line here. And we're going to do our letter strings. Remember, letter strings are letters that go together without picking up our pencil. We want to make sure we see that connection piece with our next letter before we pick up our pencil. All right, are you ready? All right, the first string of letters, J, T, I. J, T, I. Good, and remember, swing up, stop. J, T, I. Okay, good. Look at your T. Does your T have a loop? What letter did you make? You made an L. Good. Can you go back and correct that? Remember, T's have one line without a loop. J, T, I. J, T, I. Good. All right. Give you a pause right when I see your string. Good. Okay. J, T, I. Good. Don't forget. Love it. I love how you went back and crossed your letter. All right, next one. The next one is T, H, N. T, H, N. Good. T, H. So this one's a T. What letter did you write right here?
I.
Okay, good. Thank you for correcting it. T has a cross through. Good job. Ah. T, H, N. Good. Good. All right. I want you to take your finger. Check. Do you have a line that goes across the T? Good. Right? Take your finger. Check to see if your N has two humps. 1, 2. Right, good. If it does, give yourself a check mark on the side of the. Good job. All right, now we're going to do the next one. R, C, I. Here's what an R looks like. Why can't I find it? Right here. R. R is a swing up and stop. R, C, I. C. C is a under over stop. R, working R. R-C-I. I love how Grayson is showing his wow. He has his paper slanted and he has his other hand right there holding its place. Good job remembering wow. Good job changing your T to an I. Good. R-C-I. All right, we're going to do one more. Ready? The next one that I want to do, I want to concentrate on the letter we practiced yesterday. J. All right. M. J. L. M. J. L. How many humps are on an M?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. So make sure your M has 3 humps. J. L. Good. Very nice. I like how your J is hanging down. I like how your J is hanging down. Perfect. All right. Good job, guys. All right. Y'all may put your pen down. All right. Now we're going to practice our spelling deck. Okay. Can you switch it to the chart to the spelling section? All right. We are going to, before we go to the spelling deck, we're going to go back to our card deck. Then we're going to our spelling deck. Emily, can you turn off this light for me? Okay. All right. Are you ready? Let's see. Hopefully you can see this. Okay. Are you ready? We're going to start with our first set of cards. Okay. Ready? A closed syllable. A closed syllable is, do you guys remember? A closed syllable ends in at least one consonant. The vowel in a closed syllable is short-coded with a breathe. Good. Ready? I, itch, it. E, echo, at. U, umbrella, O, octopus, ah. A, apple, ah. Ready? Special situations. Special situations have a mind of their own. A, banana, Good. All right, next. Vowel pair syllables. Vowel pair syllables have 2 adjacent vowels that have 2 adjacent vowels. Treat each pair with loving care. Vowel pair syllable. O-O. Book. Good. Ready. Consonant clusters. Consonant clusters are 2 consonants that are adjacent that make one sound. We code it with an underline. All right, ready? N-G, king, C-K, truck, T-H, mother, T-H, symbol. Good. All right, that is our first part of our deck. Now we're going to go to our word part deck. Okay. And then our regular word deck. All right, ready? We're going to do our word part deck first. All right, do you remember what does, why can't I find, I'm missing one. I'm missing my card. Okay, I'm missing my base word card. What does this mean? It is a suffix. A suffix goes at the end of a base word. Okay, ready? A base word plus a suffix. A base word plus a suffix is called a derivative. Good. All right. Suffix S, two sounds. Tips, pins, more than one. Suffix ing, happening now, like writing, singing. Good. Ready? We're practicing our regular words. Ready? Go. Of, don't, put, said, do, to, and this one? The. We're going to come back to this one today when we're doing our writing. All right, Emily, can you turn the lights back on, please? All right, we're going to use our pencils again, and we're going to use our same paper that you have out in front of you. We're going to practice our spelling deck, okay? I am going to say a sound. You're going to write the cursive letter. All right, are we ready? Listen for the first sound. First sound is G. Good. Thank you for moving the card. G. Okay, what sound is this? I would use it in the word goat or go. I'm saying G. What letter would you change that to? Good. Tell me what sound that is. The letter is good. And what's the letter? Good. All right. Good. What's the letter name? J. Good. All right. Now tell me the letter name. J. Good. J, remember, says G. Good. All right. Next one. Excellent. What's the letter? Good. Excellent. What's the letter? Okay, what letter makes S? Tell me the name. All right. So I should have done this so you can see. S. Good. Awesome. Okay. Here's our dollars. Excellent. All right, ready. Next letter. D, 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 D. All right, which one is D, 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 D? Does it have a circle first or line first?
Circle.
Circle. So it's going to be this one. Excellent. Good. All right, what letter is that? Yep. Good. Yes. And next time, we'll make sure that we really, really, really erase. Come over here and rewrite that D for me so we can see. What letter says D? Good. All right, next. That is beautiful. Do you see the difference? I like that. All right, ready. It's an unvoiced letter sound. It also hangs below the baseline like J.
F.
What is it? F. Good. We practiced that one the other day. Perfect. Awesome. You could, or you could go right here. Whatever you need to do. Good job. Good job. Awesome. All right. And we're going to do one more. Okay? This is the one that says G, G, G. G, G, G. Excellent. Which one is that one? G. All right. It's a close sound, but it's different. Good job. All right. Excellent job. All right. Can you move it down to here for me? Thank you. All right. Now we are are going to be practicing our reading practice. Flip your page, please. Okay, today we are going to be, move this to the side. Today we're going to be practicing 2 skills on our reading practice page. The first thing that I want us to look for is I want us to look for closed syllables. A closed syllable has a vowel followed by at least one consonant. Good, I'm glad you remembered. A vowel in a closed syllable is short. Code it with a bereave. Code it with a bereave. Okay, so let's look at line 1. Okay, what I want you to do is we're going to look at line 1. And the first one, I see a derivative. What do we remember about a derivative? It has a suffix. What suffix does it have? Okay, box that in for me. Grayson already did that. Good job. All right, so what is the base word? All right, code it. Show me the closed syllable. Excellent. All right. Now let's read the word. What is the word? Jumping. Good. The derivative is jumping. The boy was jumping on the trampoline. All right, let's go to the next one. We've read this one before. Ah, what is it? All right, so how would you code the vowel? The vowel is what letter? E. Show me how you would code it. Good. We coded it with a bereave. A bereave. A bereave. Good. Ready? What's the word? Depth. Depth. How deep or shallow something is. Okay, remember when Miss Herring was in here and we talked about depth of how shallow a stream could be, but how deep or the ocean has a lot of depth. All right, let's look at the next one. Oh, you've already found the closed syllable there. Good. Can you find the closed syllable? Find the closed syllable. All right. What are you coding that vowel with? A bereave. Oh, I like what you did with the CK. What did you do with the CK? Underline it because it is a yes, you got it. And they make one sound. Good. All right, ready? What's the word? Remember, we have to check our B's and D's. Ready? If I get confused, get out your thumbs. All right, and match it. It's starting with a line. So, and then the belly. So starting with the baseball bat and then the baseball. So it's got to be a B. Okay, so what's the word? Brick. I have a house made out of brick. All right, let's go to line 2. All right, I want you to code and prepare each word on your own, and then we're going to read it together, looking for the closed syllable. Ready? Right here. Ooh, you already found, Emily found a derivative already. Good. All right, go on to the next one. Good. I think there's 2 derivatives in this word, in this line, I mean. There's the 2. Read that one again. Short A says, okay, ready, read. Good. All right, so I'm walking down a path. Good. What is this one? Good. All right, let's read this row together. Ready? First word? Jobs. Second word? Path. third word?
Drinks.
Drinks. Circle the two derivatives on this line. So, what's a derivative? It's the whole word. So, what are the two words with the derivative? Nevaeh, what's one of them? Drinks. And what's the other one? G. You circled it already. What's that word? Jobs. Good. All right. Let's look at line 3. Line 3 and 4. Hold that thought. You can ask me in just a minute. Lines 3 and 4 have something special. They have two words with vowel pair syllables. Remember, vowel pair syllables are two vowels that are adjacent to each other. When you see a vowel pair syllable, we underline the vowel pair syllables. In line 3 and 4, go find the vowel pair syllables. And please mark them with an underline. Remember, vowel pair syllables can only be a vowel. This one follows our flaw. You got it. Yep, so you could still underline those, but I'm really looking for vowel pair. So in line 3, what do you see? Oh, good. 2 vowels. And then what about this one? You got it. You got it. You found it. All right. Now I want you to code the rest of line 3. Okay. And then we're going to read the word together. The words together. All right. What's the first word in line 3? Foot. Foot. What's the second word in line 3? 10th. My son is in 10th grade. What's the third word?
Passing.
Passing. Passing. I was passing the 18-wheeler on the road. All right. Circle the vowel pair syllable word in line 3. What is the word that has 2 vowels? What's the word? Foot. Good. Good. What are you circling here? Awesome. All right. Let's look at line 4. What word did you find that has the vowel pair syllable? Yes, ma'am. What did you find? Brook. A brook is a small stream. We call it a creek in Texas. All right, circle the vowel pair syllable in line 4. What is it? Brook. All right, let's read the next word. Jet. And let's read the last word. Say it again. Drum. All right, I want you to code that U for me. Remember, it is a closed syllable. We're saying All right, line 5. You're going to code and read if you need to. And I'm going to come and listen to you read individually. Okay? And then we're going to do a few more circling. Yes. What did you just say? Thrust. I heard you sound it out. Practice that. Beginning blend. Thrust. Thrust. Good. Go on to the next 2 and I'll be right back. Yes. Yep. Good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Say it again. Good. Read these 2 for me. Short O says uh-huh. And good. All right. Good job on that. All right. Since we're on line 5, I want you to circle the word that means to write quickly, as in I'm going to write something down quickly like my grocery list in line 5. Does it mean thrust, jot, or rub? When I want to write a quick grocery list, what am I doing? What is it, Emily?
Jot.
I'm jotting it down. I'm writing something down fast. To thrust, I think of a motorcycle when I think of the word thrust. I'm using those throttles and it's thrusting me forward. All right, so we need to go back to line 1 because we circled the other things. Go back to line 1, and I want you to circle the derivative in line 1. Remember, a derivative is a base word plus a suffix. A base word plus a suffix. All right, what did you guys find? Jumping. Good. All right, so today we are going to add 2 words to our paper, to our word deck. The first word is brook. The second one is
Passing.
All right, ready? We're going to read. Ready?
Brook. Passing. Flag. Spin. Plants. Plants.
Plants. Plants.
Lad.
Lad.
Pass.
Tis. Pond. It's. Sang.
Landing. Lands. Stint. Span. In. Grass. Pass. Together. Dwelling. Pits. Glass.
Glass. Good.
Tip. Pin.
Good. All right. Excellent job. Okay, move this card down for me, please. All right. Now we are going to be doing our spelling dictation. I'm going to get our paper. Okay? All right, everybody's going to get a lined piece of paper. Okay. All right, you can write your name at the top. Okay, we are going to write our sentence on our paper. Remember, sentences start with what? An uppercase or a capital letter. So we have our capital letter, then we have our sentence with our words. We need to have spaces between our words. And then we have our
Exclamation mark.
or our question mark or our period called a punctuation mark. So I'm looking for capital letters, spaces between words, punctuation. All right, are you ready? Listen first. We are going to use our spelling dictation where we're going to dictate sentences. All right, I'm going to set our timer. Okay, we're going to dictate our sentence. First, look at me and listen. We are going to say, kiss the cook. Repeat after me.
Kiss
the cook. Ready? Let's say it again. Kiss the cook. Okay. What's our subject? Kiss or cook?
Cook.
Cook. Remember, a subject is the person in the sentence, or it could be an idea, or it can be an animal. So our subject is cook. And what's happening to the cook? Kiss. Someone's coming into the kitchen and giving a kiss to the cook. Ready? We are going to say it again. Kiss the cook.
Kiss the cook.
All right. And my voice is increasing. What am I going to have at the end? Kiss the cook.
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark. All right. Ready? Right. It's good. Kiss follows the floss rules. So what would you need right now? Good. Kiss the cook. Okay, let's sound it out. What's my first sound? Okay, write that sound. All right, let's check. All right, Do you have a capital K in kiss? All right. So kiss follows the floss rule. So I have K. What's the short vowel sound? I. What is that? I. And then S. I need some space right here. All right. Our regular word is. Did you spell it correctly? Okay. We practiced this one the other day. I'm glad to see that everybody remembered how to spell it. All right. Cook is kind of one of those words where we have to know, is it C or K at the beginning. C always comes before an O. What sound do we hear in cook? So I'm spelling cook with double O's because it's a vowel pair syllable. So did you spell cook? C, O, how many O's?
2.
Okay. All right. And our final sound is K. Good. Kiss the cook! Exclamation point. Perfect. All right. I want you to skip a line on the next one and make sure you have nice spaces. All right. Good job on that one. Next one, we're going to do the next sentence. The next sentence is, the cook is cooking in a pot. But we're going to section it out in chunks. So first, I want you to repeat after me. The cook is cooking.
The cook is cooking.
The cook is cooking.
The cook is cooking.
Don't write a punctuation yet because we haven't finished our sentence. So first write what? The cook is cooking. All right, make sure you use the regular word the correctly, and it's at the beginning, so capitalize the. Why don't you skip a line? Erase completely and skip a line. Is cooking. Oh, it's a derivative. Where's my derivative card? We already spelled cook. So now what do we need at the end of cook? I-N-G. I-N-G. Okay. Okay, so check. I'm going to come check. Do you have a capital letter? Yes, you do. Our first word is capitalized. Do you have a cap? Yes, you changed it. I'm giving you an extra $1. Thank you. Ooh, nice derivatives, guys. The cook is cooking. Can't forget the derivative. Okay, the cook is cooking. Last part. In a pot. Repeat after me. In a pot. So what's the last part of our sentence? In a pot. The cook is cooking. In a pot. In a. Remember, special situations have a mind of their own. Like a banana. So how am I going to spell in the sentence? In. Okay, so is that an A? Good. Change it up. In a. I like how you cut it. In a or a pot. 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 I love how you sounded it out. Pot. All right. Period. The cook is cooking in a pot. What are some things that you can make in the kitchen in a pot? Yes, spaghetti. Soup. What can you make in a pot?
Sauce.
Sauce. I like the sauce. Yes.
Beans.
Beans. Yes.
Rice.
Rice. Yes. What can we make in a pot? Something we can make in a pot. Yes. Ravioli. Yes. Macaroni and cheese. All right. Our last sentence for today. Okay? Here's our last sentence. You're going to look and listen. The smog is black and thick. Repeat after me. The smog is black and thick. Okay? We're going to separate it out into two sections. Ready? The smog is. The smog is. The smog is. The smog. The. Good. So let's erase it so we can really read it. Excellent. Is. The smog is. All right, last part. Black and thick. Oh, I can get that picture of unhealthy looking air. Black and thick. All right, what's our first word? Black. Remember, you can check your B. B's and D's. B's start with a line. Black and thick. Good. So it is black. B. O. A. K. Consonant cluster. Good. And make sure this really looks like an A. And you can come down here or you can go right here. Thick. Black and thick. All right. Now we're going to check. Okay? I see everybody spelled the smog is correctly. Check to see if you spelled black like this. B. O. A. What sound is my first sound?
B.
B.
L.
O. A. Consonant cluster.
C-K.
C-K. All right, remember, it has a short vowel sound, so it's spelled with C-K at the end. B-L-A. Okay, make sure I can see that C. All right. And is spelled correctly on everyone's page. Good job. Now I want to spell thick. Let's sound it out together. Thick. What's my first? TH. We practiced that already today. I. C-K. All right, remember it's a short vowel sound. Have to have consonant cluster C-K at the end. All right, and then what's our punctuation part? The smog is black and thick. Period. Good. I'm picturing a really smoggy city. It's a very unhealthy city. Whew, I wouldn't want that. Would not want that. That would not be good for our health. All right. You may put those things in your desk. We're going to move on to our book. Okay, can you put it right here on the chart? Okay, we're going to page 13. It's already marked for you. All right, if you're using a reading tool, you can use that. If not, you can use your finger going down. All right. Okay. We are going to be reading about tips. Is it trick? Tick. There's no R after the T. Ready? Tips. Tick. Ooh, what's a tick? Okay. That's like a hiccup. Like you could, like someone could have like a tick, which like your body kind of jumps. But we're talking about the tick as a bug, not as a twitch. Okay. Good thinking. Tick can be a multiple meaning word, but in this book, it is a bug. Okay. Let's see what kind of animal this small bug goes on. Tips, tick. All right, ready? Let's read the first line. Ready? What's the first word? Tom's dog Tip is sad. Okay, what's the dog's name? Tip. And it belongs to Tom. All right, next line.
Tip
Has a
tick.
Ugh. It is Mick. Ooh. So what did they name the tick? Mick.
Mick hopes on
Let's
hops.
go. Why is it hops and not hopes?
Because
It doesn't have an E. It's a closed syllable. I see a O followed by a P. So it is closed. We code that O with a brief. So Mick hops on tips skin. It nips. What does it mean to nip? It bites. Ticks bite. It nips, tips, scalp. What's scalp? We have one. Top of your head.
Where your hair grows.
Yes, where your hair grows. It nips, tips, scalp. Scat. Tick. Scat. What does scat mean?
Go away.
Go away, go away. Leave us alone. Tip, kicks, and nips at Mick. Still Mick hops on tip. All right, do me a favor. Reread that page for me. I'm going to listen to you. Good. Mick. Use your fingers. So Mac is, or not Mac, Mick is the tick, and Mick is on tip. All right, ready? Let's switch. I am going to read this page. I want you to listen to how I use the punctuation marks, and then you're going to read using that inflection in your voice here in a minute. Tom is fond of tip. Fond means somebody likes something. Tom is Tip's pal. Tom flicks Mick off of tip. Plop! Why did I increase my voice at plop?
Because it has an exclamation.
Good, it has an exclamation. All right, ready? I want you to do that when you get to the word plop. Ready? Read.
Thomas
Let's read that one.
Thomas
It's a closed syllable. On, fond.
Wait.
Flicks.
Plop.
Wait just a second, we're almost done. Okay. Why did you increase your voice at plop?
Because it has exclamation.
Good. All right, ready? Now, I'm not going to read this for you. You're going to find the exclamation point on the page, and when you get there, I want your voice to increase. All right, ready? Next page.
Mick lands on Tom's hand. It nips at his skin. Stop! Tick, stop! Tom gasps and flicks off his hand.
Good. All right, which word did you increase?
Stop!
Good. You increased at stop. Perfect. All right. Okay, next page. So what does it mean to flick Mick off?
Like
Yeah, like get off. Like if I see a bug, I'm swooshing it away. All right, ready? Let's read the next one. Let's read this page together. Oh, I see an exclamation point. What am I gonna do?
plop.
But I'm gonna say
Plop!
All right, ready? Let's try it. Plop. Do it with me. Ready?
Plop!
Mick lands on Tom's sock and hops. It's not hopes, it's hops to his pants.
Hop, hop,
It starts with the H.
Hop.
Good.
hop, hop.
Good.
Mick
hops and lands on
Tom's
cap.
Scat.
Tick. Scat. Tom grasps his cat and flings it in sand. What is cap?
His shoe.
It's another word for hat. Okay, some people might say hat, some people might say cap. You might hear people say baseball cap. That's what I think of the style is of hat that is a cap. What does scat mean again? To do what? To go away slowly or to go away quickly? Quickly. Good. All right, and now the tick is on a sock, on a shoe. Did you want that?
No.
All right, ready? Oh, I see another exclamation point. What are we doing?
Oh no!
Good. All right, ready? Let's read together.
Oh no! Tom is so sad.
Sad?
Mad.
Why is he mad again? What does he have on his shoe and sock? A tick.
Tom is
And after that, his cap went in the,
cat sand.
because he threw it. So Tom is so mad his
Cap
has sand on it. It sags and flops, and still Mick is on his cap. Tom slaps his cap on his pants to sling sand off. Still Mick hangs on. All right, here's a picture of the cap. Silly tick. Let's see if he gets off. All right, I am going to read this one to you guys. I want you to see if I did the exclamation point word correctly. Okay? Tom's hand slips. His cap spins fast and lands in a pond. Mick has had it. Did I read that correctly?
No.
All right, read it with me. What am I going to do with that exclamation point?
Mick has
Increase
had
it.
it.
There we go. You got it. Mick has had it. Okay, Mick has had it. As Tom's cap sinks in a pond, Mick hops off and lands on a log. Man, this tick is getting around, isn't he? All right, ready? Let's read the next one. Tip is fast. Tip trots. What is trot? Slowly running, not fast speed, but not slow. Yeah, kind of like
this.
Yep, like speed walking.
Has
Tom and flops in
a
pond. Tip spots Tom's cat. Cat, not cat. Cat. Good. All right, let's see if the dog gets the cat out of the water. All right, ready? Tip.
grabs
Oh, let's read that word. What is it?
grips
So, grips. Like I'm gripping onto something. I'm grasping onto it. I'm holding it tightly. Tip grips Tom's cat and what is it? Lifts it to land. Tom has his hat. Tip pants and gasps. Dogs pant when they get hot to cool themselves off. That's when they go. And what does a gasp mean? Okay. Is tops.
Top.
Yes. Tips is tops. Good, you caught that. We don't want to be lazy readers. Tips is tops. That means he's the best. Tom pats his cow. All right, ready? Let's read the next two. Is Mac still on Tom's damp cap? So this has a question mark. So when I have a question mark, my voice goes down a little bit. Let's read that sentence. I know, let's just ignore the phone. Ready? Is Mick still on Tom's damp cap? Is Mick still on Tom's damp cap? Our voice goes down. Practice that sentence for me. Is damp cap. What does damp mean? Slightly wet, not all the way dry. All right. Is he on the cap? Let's see where the tick went. No. Mick is not
on his cap.
Okay, that's going to make him happy.
Tom is so glad.
Tom and Tick do not miss Mick. They're happy. No more Tick. No more Tick. Thank you.
So rude.
All right. Ready?
And
I do not miss Tom and Tick, said Mick as it sits on a log in a pond. All right, where did he end up at?
pond.
On a log. You can kind of see that little black dot right there. So this is just a little silly story that ticks are a nuisance kind of animal. Okay, you can put your book in your desk.
It makes it equal.
All right, so remember when we see punctuation marks, that is a clue to our brain to change the inflection in our voice. When we have an exclamation point, our voice goes up. When it's a period, our voice stays normal. When it's a question mark, our voice goes
Down.
All right, are we ready? We're going to do our oral language now. We are going to describe some things. All right, I'm going to set the timer and then we will finish with reading. All right, I'm going to describe today. We're going to use some things today. We're going to start with naming. I want you to describe this object right here. What is this? Name this object. Good. It is a chair. Tell me what categories or groups a chair can belong to. So what kind of things can a chair belong to? Furniture. Things you sit in. What did you just say? Yeah, things that belong in places like a living room. Okay. Desks are type of furniture, but is it a type of chair? No. I could also say like chairs can be different for different kind of areas. So like tonight I'm going to my son's baseball game. Is the chair that I'm going to sit in looking like this? No, it's more like a bleacher chair. And they don't have any backs on them, so I take my stadium chair, I fold it up, I unfold it. When I sit down, it's got a bottom and it's got a back. So chairs can look different, right? So, what's the function of a chair? Why do we need a chair?
Sit in so you get tired.
Sit in so we get tired.
So to sit in and rest.
To sit and rest.
Maybe when you're doing work, like you need to have a seat.
Yeah, you need to have a seat. So like sometimes people that work on cars, they have special type of chairs that sit really low. They may not have a back on them. They kind of be more like of a stool chair, and they roll so they can roll under the cart. Maybe lay down on the type of chair that it is.
Like a chair that you lay back.
Yes, like I can lean back a little bit in this chair, but not so much. You can't really lean back in that chair. What's a chair that you can lean back in? Called. It is a recliner. Have you ever heard of a recliner?
Yeah. Nope. My mom has one.
I have one. It's nice. Now, what are some attributes? What does it look like? What's the shape? What's the size?
Kind of like a rectangle, but like. You know how yours has like handles?
Yep. Yep. I have.
It's kind of like an L.
Yeah, I have like an armrest, right? Y'all don't have armrests on yours. It is like an L. Look. Boom. Boom. Okay. What are some other things that are like an L? That's like a chair, but it's not a standalone chair. I have it in my living room.
Couch.
A couch. So that it's a big, long. It's longer than a chair, but it's still an L shape, right? Okay, so I have a chair in my room. It's brown. It's my husband's favorite chair. It's not very pretty, but he loves it. What color chair do you have in your house?
Black.
Black.
I have like a white peaches one.
A white peachy one. Sounds pretty.
Light brown.
Light brown. So I want to get a gray chair.
My mom
Just save
has
enough
a
money for
black
that.
one.
A black one.
My mom.
So chairs can come in different sizes. Like my recliner is way bigger than this chair. My teacher chair is bigger than your student chair, right? My stadium chair that I'm going to use tonight at my son's baseball game, it's small. I can carry it, and it's very lightweight. And I carry it from my car to the stadium. If it was big like this, could I take it?
No.
No. All right. Good job today, guys. All right. We're going to finish today with reading Otter. So cute, right? All right. So just get comfortable, and we're going to read our poem. We're starting at Squiggles and Splash. There's a reason for those numbers. Endangering names enchant the public, luring humans too close. Numbers are aloof, but names are sticky. Fussing rescuer to rescuer, scientist to subject, human to otter. It's a shame, really. Think of the possibilities: Squiggles and Splash and Potter and Noodle and Otto and Oswald and Ozzy and Obie. We're talking about different otters. Still, it's better this way. These otters need all the help they can get. Look how cute he is. So cute. Questions. Her mother called her Otter. O-D-D-E-R. From the moment she was born. Something about the way the little pup never settled. Something about the way her eyes were always full of questions. To eat or not to eat. A few feet away from Otter, her favorite companion, Kyrie, drifts on her back, aimless as a log. Kyrie, 2 years older than Otter, has shiny ebony fur. Ebony is another word, a synonym for black. Like a penguin's fur. A penguin's fur is
black.
Ebony, or very shiny black. Platypuses can be black, but sometimes they'll be more brown. Otter, smaller and more agile, has a deep brown coat and caramel colored head. Play, Otter wants to know, or eat? First we eat, then we play, answers Kyrie, who is always practical and cautious. It's annoying, but you're a free spirit like Otter. Teaming with a wise and solid anchor is never a bad idea. First we play, then we eat, said Otter. She gives her friend a soft nudge and drives through the quiet water. Communication. When you cannot text or email, whisper a secret, or shout a protest, when words are not your way, how do you share what you know? Otters whistle and whine, snarl and hiss, blow and snort. And don't forget, sight and scent, and most of all, touch, nudge, and licks. Headbutts and gentle bites. Every species has its tricks. Okay, one more point today. Underwater, because Otter and Kyrie, they're going to go out and find their food. Underwater, there's no need for noise, for grunts or squeals or chirps. not when you can twist and pretzel and weave, not when you're turned frolic into art. So these are sea urchins. Okay, tomorrow we're going to talk about the poem, or not tomorrow, it's Saturday. Going to be
Monday?
tomorrow. So ballet. On Monday we will read ballet. Are they talking about like the ballet? Like we are going to go and see dancers? So the T in ballet is silent. Yep. Okay. They're not going to be talking about dancers. They're going to be talking about the otters swimming in the water so ever nicely.
So cute.
Okay. Do me a favor. Just put your money inside of your desk. And thank you for taking care of that today. Appreciate it. Put your pencil inside of your desk.